Hello. This is a video stream of consciousness, early autumn in the era of COVID-19. May it be the only autumn in this era. A Native American proverb says, "Tell me the facts and I'll learn. Tell me the truth and I'll believe. But tell me a story and it will live forever in my heart." I have stopped telling stories in my class because I get complained about in ratemyprofessor.com for that. So now I just tell facts and tell the truth. But Linda invited me to tell you a story. It's Linda's fault. Once upon a time, there have always been and always will be buzzwords, a word or phrase, often an item of jargon that is fashionable at a particular time or in a particular context. When I was young and working at Bell Laboratories, synergy was one such a word. The interaction of two or more agents or forces so that their combined effect is greater than the sum of their individual effects. In truth, this was proclaimed way more than actually observed. But I have observed it since. In the Learning Commons. You can see in this picture that the students are front and center. But there's a vibrant team mechanism going on behind, including Boilermaker Ann from the front desk, Cub fan and poet Sandy, behind the scenes but ever providing support Jane and Diane, and not to forget mentioning Angel over here, who does so much, and Fran, and I'm probably forgetting people, but that's where I've seen the synergies. I've worked in the math assistance area quite a bit, and I can honestly say that I have learned more from touching the students there and from the other experienced faculty there, both life and teaching lessons, than I've ever learned in the classroom. It's a genuine win-win for me. It is a synergy. I also have been blessed with extensive tutoring support in classes and otherwise. This is a picture. It is an action shot from a supplemental instruction era where Anna is seen here, and I also, Julia Newby, who I've interacted with quite a bit, and I show this picture a lot of times when I talk now about guided study groups, because Anna is doing exactly what she's supposed to do. She's the catalyst. This student, his name was Hunter, he was a Brit, is doing work. So Anna's being the catalyst, directing his work, but he's starting to do the work on his own. Julia also worked with me many times, and I think she was a pioneer in the modular math lab area, and this is a place where, or computer-based learning, I guess we started calling it, in classroom assistance. I worked almost more than anybody else with Jesse Hayes-Carver in this thing many times. I picked this picture because you notice he is being embraced by someone. And that's one of the qualities I think that all tutors really aspire to, is being embraceable. And Jesse certainly does that, and well, he is legendary in this. I only changed this slide one time to go through here to note the embrace and Although he still aims to be a math teacher, I'm trying to give him a compliment. He is already a mathematician. That's one of the highest compliments that anybody can get from me. And now, it was her fault, but you see Linda Shaw. I did a count, and I've actually worked with Linda Shaw more than I've worked with anyone, including Jesse, and lucky me. You might note that she also is being embraced, and she is embraceable by students, and in this case by her brother. She is a mathematician, but I'm not going to make that point here. I've worked with her in many capacities, and I guess only two other comments here, but I keep working with her because it is so good for me. She is a mathematician, and one time I put on this slide an enabler of your success, and she wanted to humbly change that to, well, why don't we say an important asset to reduce the likelihood of your failure, but no guarantees. That's very much Linda, I think. I'm also going to close with something. The best manager I ever had in industry was a guy by the name of Joel Engel. And Joel Engel told me that a good colleague is one who supports you and does the things that you ask them to do for you. A great colleague comes to you and says, you're going to need this, and gives you something that in fact you find out that you do need. Linda is very much cut in that mode, and she has done things for me that I didn't realize needed to be done, but she did them. She is not overreaching, but she is far-reaching. Okay, so with apologies then to Arthur O'Shaughnessy, to my learning colleagues, mates. You are the music makers, and you are the dreamers of dreams, genuine movers and shakers of COD forever it seems. And although the story is being still written, I hope you all live happily ever after. Take care.